So I want to do this little video to try and give you a bit of food for thought on certain areas of your life. Now this one, if you bear with me, I think you might get some real little gems out of this one, but I probably will be digressing a little bit all over the place because I've got no clarity as to what I actually want to say. But there is a part of it that I kind of want to get across, and that's this part of those of us that kind of feel like we're stuck in our career and we can't see a way out of that, and we can't see a way of progressing forward. And part of the reason that maybe we can't see our way progressing forward as such, we can see ourselves taking a sideways step, maybe going into a different job, but basically the same kind of thing. But we can't actually ultimately see ourselves going forward to do anything. And I think that that's because this is having spent a lot of time on my own situation and my own environment and learning a hell of a lot about the way that I process stuff and the things in life that were holding me back. And one of the areas that I think is really detrimental to that is that where we currently are, the career or the job that we're currently at, perhaps we're feeling like we've failed a little bit there. Like failed a little bit in terms of overall life. We've not achieved what it is that we kind of thought we were going to achieve. And I will cover why that is in a minute. But also at the same time, maybe in your current position, you also, this won't apply to everyone, but it will be a lot. You also maybe feel like you're not fulfilling that role as good as you could do. You're not feeling like you're going to progress there because you're not good enough to progress there in that role, is what I'm saying. And so because of that belief in yourself, or that disbelief in yourself, that you're no good to go forward in the current career you're in, because you feel like you're no good to go forward in the current career you're in, even though you might be thinking it's a easy-ish career, that's preventing you from thinking that you'd be good at anything that you would consider above and beyond what it is that you're currently doing. But I want to offer this little bit of food for thought for you, because we all know that the conditioning and the programming and everything else that's gone into us has led us to tick boxes in every area of someone else's life or the system life. We've ticked all the boxes there. Also, you have to remember that none of us that have entered the dark night of the soul actually know the real us, because it was crushed out of us at school. And then you have to put on top of that, that the job that you're doing, the career that you're currently in, is not one that you have any passion in. It's not one that you ultimately like or love. You might go along with it and think, yeah, it's all right. There's a lot of us that just accept where we are, and that acceptance can be unconscious sometimes, so it can have a big detrimental effect on us. But the reason it remains an unconscious acceptance of the role is because facing up to the fact that maybe we're miserable there means that we would ultimately become miserable. So I think we don't admit that to ourselves a lot of the time, and that's why we chase after weekend drinking sessions or drugs or doing things, or we can't be bothered to do anything because we're so exhausted from doing something all day, every day, that we don't like doing. So the moment we get a bit of time to ourselves, if you like, we can't be bothered to do anything. And that there is the loop of misery and agony that affects so many people. But I want to cover that little part again, guys, because I think this is really important. You have to remember that where you currently are in your career, if you're feeling like you're not ultimately very good at it, you have to also remember it's not where you want to be, where you should be, and it's not something you have any passion in. So how could you possibly expect the best of you to turn up and give the best of you to something that you don't ultimately have no interest in and don't want to be doing it? You want to be somewhere else doing something else that's bigger, or in your opinion, for you, I mean, that's bigger and better for you. But you don't have the belief to go forward and do that bigger and better thing because you're not even very good at the current job you're in, and the current job you're in might be one that's easy. I hope that gives you food for thought. And I'm going to use me as an example in this. I've been a soldier, I've been a scaffolder, I've been I then worked in fitting bathrooms and tiling big floors for 25 years, all since I left school. It's always been manual type work. It's always been jobs that I never enjoyed, never wanted to do. And I kind of then, but I settled into these type of jobs because I thought that was all I was capable of. And by the way, I just have to point out, nothing wrong with those jobs. But I think we can all tell by the way that I do these videos, this is where my love lies. This is where it's always lied, is doing this type of thing, talking about these subjects. I love it. And as you can tell, I can do it all day long. So this is where I should be. However, I never could see beyond the type of work that it was that I was in. But the type of work that it was that I was in, I was never ultimately brilliant at any of it. I was okay and I could get by, but I wasn't very good on it. And then it dawned on me about 18 months ago, why would I be anything? I would never be able to build a business in building my bathrooms. I got no interest in that. So I wouldn't give it the dedication, the commitment and the love that it would need in order to make that business boom. And because I ultimately don't have a massive love of money, I don't have a desire, I have a need for money. I need it it's an essential part of living, obviously, but I don't have a big craving for it, and I never have. That ultimately meant that I won't even go and chase the money as such in that career. So I'm not going to be some great entrepreneur in those areas. I got no interest. Nothing interested me from the work right down to the money. So why would I ever expect I'm going to be good at it? And all it ever done was lead in me a feeling of self-belief. That's where the self-doubt comes in for us. Is that, oh, well, I'm no good at building bathrooms. I mean, if I can't even do that, and I was quite good at building bathrooms. No one ever complained, let's put it that way. But I always felt like it was a slog. Like the whole overall process of it was a slog. And so the point I'm really trying to make is that because none of those things were where I wanted to be, I can't give my heart, my soul, my commitment, my love and my dedication to it as I do with these videos. And so, and we can all see, this is the point I'm trying to make. We can all see that these videos, hey, guess what, by the way? I hit my 600 subscriber today, so thank you so much and hello and welcome to whoever that was. I will go and check it out and try and find who it was. But the whole point of that, you can see the excitement there, is because as I'm telling you this story, I'm painting my own picture of almost saying to myself, and we all know I have the thick child imposter going on, I'm almost telling that thick child, look what you did. Look what you did. You jacked all of that in. You walked away from all of that and you done what you love. You done what you felt, what your inner instincts were telling you to do. You paid attention to the universe. You trusted the process of your consciousness and you followed where you should be. And then I go and produce videos. And then one comment earlier, which really overwhelmed me, someone saying, Tobe, the best part of your videos are when you digress. And I'm sitting there thinking, whenever I digress and you see me laugh, guys, that's me laughing at the thick child coming in saying, you're so thick, you can't even stay on topic. So now I laugh at that. But I am subjected to that little voice continuously. It's been there my whole life and it probably will be. But whereas up until a couple of years ago, I paid attention to that voice and allowed it to define me. Now that voice is there and I kind of giggle at it and giggle with it because I'm saying to it, well, look what I'm doing. It's working. People are enjoying my thickness, if you like. This is what I'm saying to the child. But I kind of digressed off topic a little bit there, but it's kind of also relevant with a video. But I want to bring it back round to you guys because this is ultimately where my passion now lies. This is where my love lies. I absolutely love our species. I love human beings. I think we're wonderful, but we get a bad rap. And we get a bad rap because of all the conditioning, all the nonsense, all the shit that we have to put up with and the expectations we have to live up to. And all of those expectations that we have to live up to are not ours. They're not even the expectations of our parents or teachers or actors or authors. They're the expectations that have been placed on us for hundreds of years, which is why it goes unnoticed. It goes unnoticed in society. I mean, it's unconscious that we are all programmed to conform and to all walk down the same path in life. And that causes so much damage in us. And I've lost what I was saying, but the whole point of that is the whole conditioning. We've been leading a life that's not ultimately ours. And if you're in a position of a job, if you're in a job that you don't like and you're thriving in that job, if you like, as in terms of you're ticking all the boxes and you're going up the ladder in whatever career that is, then let that also be a part of you that knows how awesome you are if you can actually thrive at something that you've ultimately got no interest in. How good are you at actually... Imagine how good you would be when you're doing what you want to do. If you can be great at something you don't like, imagine how great you could be at something that you do like. But the point of this video was to the guys who used to kind of be like me. I'm no good at what I'm doing. I don't enjoy what I'm doing, and therefore, if I'm rubbish at this, I'm never going to be any good at the thing that I'd ultimately love to do, which is write books. I can't believe I just said that, but I would love to write a book and do YouTube videos, host a podcast where I'm asking questions of people and talking to people, doing one-to-one consultations with people where I can help them move forward in an area like this spiritual thing, or in life in general. My mind gets blown that I created that. That's why it makes me stutter, because that kid, I'm getting emotional now, that kid is kicking in. But that's you guys. That's you guys. Sorry, that's kind of overwhelmed me a little bit there. And that right there is waiting for all of us the moment we pull the pin on the area of us that we identify is where we need to be. We cannot base who we are and where we would like to go on where we have come from and how we performed in that area. We cannot base it on that. The area there that you've been in that you ultimately don't like and maybe you haven't thrived in is because you don't want to be there. The area that you want to be in your head, in your thoughts, might seem like it's bigger, harder and better, and if you can't even do that right, how will you ever do that? If that's where you want to go, you will make it work. You will just make it work. You have to trust the process. That one really did go a little bit round the houses, but I hope that was interesting. It's a big day for me with that 600 subscriber thing. I can't quite get my head around that at times. So, and then the comment from the guy earlier, talking to a few of you this week, like the whole thing's just coming together, and it's just amazing. And that is what I need to give back to you lot. That's why these videos will never stop. And however these videos start going is how they need to start going. I'm not trying to force them in any particular area. They will just keep going as they're meant to keep going. But as always, guys, see, my head's totally gone because I'm blown away with it all. But as always, guys, I love every one of you, and thank you for always showing me the love that you show me. Thank you for making this what it is, and 600 of you lot could potentially see this video who all want to see more. That's incredible, and thank you so much. Lovely blue sky here. I think it's about 75 degrees here today, so I'm going to go for a walk into the woods and cool off with a big bottle of water and think about this whole thing and think about the next video that I can do. And remember, guys, if any of you want to talk one-on-one, just email me. I'll leave it in the thing. And yeah, have a great day, have a great week, and peace. Thank you, guys.